waves of the system. So the way out of this is de-addiction from food. And how do we do that? How do we go from being addicted to food to Breathanarianism or Inedia? You cannot do it in one step. If you just say, okay, I'm going to stop eating food from today, tomorrow no food, you're going to starve yourself to death. It does not happen in one step. And here's the reason why. Let's say you are in a kind of jail, and there are many cells, and each cell has a demon. One cell maybe has a pack of wolves, one cell has a pack of lions, and then there's tigers, leopards, and you have to go through all of them, and you are kind of slave to all of them, but suddenly say, hey, I'm just leaving all of you. Then they will, if you release all of them at the same time, all the demons, they will come and attack you. You are too weak to face them, and you'll be defeated. So now we have so many attachments. We are attached to processed food, we are attached to restaurant food, we are attached to meat and dairy, we are attached to oil, fat, sugar, salt. If you just quit in one day, you're not going to be able to survive. And the most biggest attachment is attachment to the belief that you need food for survival, you need water for survival. And then you need some kind of nutrition to maintain the body. So you cannot just give it all up in one step. So it has to be step by step. First you give up processed food, any package that has more than one ingredients on it. If it's carrots, it's just carrots, But if it's processed food, it'll have like a list of chemicals, list of all these ingredients. So anything processed, maybe we can give that up first. Second thing, maybe you can give up restaurant food, eating outside. You just cook your own food. Third step, maybe give up meat and dairy. Fourth step, give up cooked food slowly, maybe give up rice, bread, and then cook the vegetables and eat them. But I'll start including fresh fruits and vegetables, fresh organic fruits and vegetables. That will be the fourth step. And then the fifth step, you give up cooked food completely, transition to just fruits and vegetables, juicing, liquidarian diet, juicing and smoothies. And then slowly, gradually, as you evolve further, we can even start thinking about Breathanarianism and living without food. But that's ways ahead. I started this journey 3 years ago. I started Sungazing. You can look up Sungazing. I'm going to put a link below. And as soon as I started Sungazing, I gave up milk. And it took me a long time to give up yogurt. But it goes back and forth because you have to face your demons. Your demons, once they get released, and I have done the mistake of trying to switch too soon, trying to eat less and also healthy, but it has to be natural. And with Sungazing, things happen naturally. When you get hungry, you eat, but slowly your amount of hunger starts decreasing gradually more and more. And I have a lot of work to go. I'm not even halfway there. There's several years of work left. But all these masters, you can look at them. I was looking at the videos of Prahlad Jani and the Buddha Boy and Hero Ratan Maneg, of course, and Jericho Sunfire, Genesis Sunfire. So the thing about Prahlad Jani I couldn't understand. He was talking about saliva from his mouth that is some kind of nectar that satisfies his body. I thought he was just, it didn't make any sense to me. But then I heard Genesis Sunfire talk about the same thing. There is some kind of special saliva that develops after several years of, pursuing this path that actually nourishes your body. And that is, it has been talked in Ayurveda, it has been talked in the Chinese texts. In Ayurveda, it's called Ojas, and Ayurvedic text is called the Jing. So it's the nectar of life. So once your pineal gland gets activated, all this nectar of life starts getting produced in greater quantities. Everybody has this nectar of life in their body, but it gets depleted with negative emotions. It gets depleted with junk food. So your body survives in spite of all the pollution from the food. It's not because of the food that the body survives. Body survives from the nectar of life, the Jing. That's the purest form of Prana that becomes the Ojas or the Jing. And that heals the body, nourishes the body. So our aim is to increase that. And less we pollute the body and less we pollute the mind with negative thoughts and emotions, the Ojas is going to increase, the life energy in our body is going to increase, and that's going to help sustain us. And I was at the dentist a few months ago, and when they were cleaning my teeth, they said, your teeth is, like really white and your enamel is really good. That's one thing they noticed, and that's something to do with the oil pulling that do. You can look at the oil pulling video in my channel. But the other thing they noticed was they said I have 2 times the amount of saliva production compared to all the other patients that they see. They were really surprised with the amount of saliva my mouth was gathering when they were trying to clean. And they said, hey, that's a good thing. Don't be worried. That's a good thing because it's going to help clean your teeth. You have so much saliva, but wow, that's like too much saliva. And then I didn't know that, but now that I see all these videos of Prahlad Jani as well as Genesis Sunfire, now I understand the saliva has this Jing, this life force, the nectar of life, that's actually nourishing the body. And the less food you eat, the more you do sun gazing. And even sun gazing, you cannot do like 45 minutes on the first day. You have to build it up slowly, 5 seconds a day, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Slowly build it up. In 9 months, you get to 45 minutes. So once you start doing sun gazing, once you start eating all these raw foods, and then eating lesser foods, you de-addict yourself from processed foods, restaurant foods, milk, dairy, meat. You have more saliva production, and it's going to nourish your body more. And then you release one demon after another. You're going to face all these demons. You're going to face hunger, and you're going to face cravings for various kinds of food. And you have to face each of these demons and deal with them. But you will be so thankful. You'll feel so much lightness, so much peace, so much calmness. And each time you get rid of one of these demons, you get freedom from one of them, you just develop this freedom and strength from within that gives you motivation to go to more freedom, and then go push yourself further. And then what is the next thing that I'm addicted to? Because as long as you want anything from anybody, whether it's food, whether it's sex, whether it's attention, whether it's, you look at all these people. I used to be on Facebook, now I'm not. People craving for attention. people craving for, food, sex, attention, fame, recognition. As long as you want anything from anybody, you cannot be free. You will be subject to suffering. So we have to face each one of these demons from inside and then free ourselves from all of that. And then the amount of peace and bliss you will experience, it's just incredible. But it doesn't happen overnight. And I'm facing these demons myself, but I'm also experiencing the bliss and peace from years of freeing myself from the other demons that I have dealt with. So basically, there are 2 steps in the process of de-addiction from food. One step is slowly reduce your dependency on food. And second step is to slowly increase the life force that gets accumulated in the jing. And if you do not increase the life force, and if you only reduce your food, then you're going to starve yourself to death. And the way to increase the life force, the natural production of jing in your body, is through cultivation. And cultivation includes meditation, sun gazing, pranayama, exercise, all these things, and working on your emotions, freeing yourself from wasting energy on negative emotions. When you do all that, you're doing cultivation. And with cultivation, you're going to increase the life force that gets produced and then accumulated in the jing, or that gets the nectar of life, and then slowly reduce dependency on the food. So when you do both of these together, you're going to succeed in eventually freeing yourself from dependency on food. So there's a long way to go, but there's also all these masters over there, living examples. So I would like you to, today is March 9th. From tomorrow, it's daylight saving begins, spring begins. So I'll encourage all of you to start doing sun gazing from tomorrow. And also tomorrow is Shivaratri. So it's a good opportunity for fasting. And then facing, some of the demons. All right, my friends, have a good night or good day, depending on where you are and what time you're watching. All right, goodbye. Until next time.